Election Day, and we're on your side with live election coverage all day here on News 12. Your Kennedy Payne is live at Stevens Creek Church, which is serving as 2 precincts today. Kennedy, how are things looking out there right now?
Well, they're steady here, and I think Stevens Creek was a great choice to choose as a second polling location because they've definitely been able to accommodate 2 polling locations. They also have 2 deputies out here, considering it is 2 different polling locations, so definitely safe and secure. And we spoke with Nancy Gay. She's the executive director for the Board of Elections for Columbia County. She gave us some numbers, some good numbers actually. They've seen around 14,000 voters today, but that's not talking early voters. Early voting ended on Friday in Georgia, and they saw more than 60,000 early voters. That doesn't include absentee because they saw about 4,500 absentee by mail. So overall, they're looking at good numbers. Nancy says she's proud of them. And all across Columbia County, they said they haven't had issues today. It's been running smoothly. Here at the polls, it's also been running smoothly. We haven't seen lines. People have been in and out within a couple of minutes, and they say their voting process has been fairly easy, and poll workers have been accommodating, been able to help. Now, they have had a couple people show up and this was not their correct polling location. So if you're wanting to figure that out, make sure that you call your Board of Elections office. They can tell you where that polling location is pretty easily, but the more prepared you are before you get to the polls, the easier it is going to be for your voting process. But again, right now is a great time to get out. You haven't seen lines today, so definitely an easy voting process for you. And make sure you review a sample ballot before you get out here. Again, that's going to make that voting process for you easier. And don't forget your photo ID. You're going to need it right when you walk in the door. They're going to ask you for that. But again, like I said, very steady environment here, very safe and secure as well.
Thanks, Kennedy. We'll be sure to check in with you soon in First at 4. We've also got your Sydney Hood in Richmond County now. Sydney, how is everything where you're at?
It's pretty steady out here too, Kayla. I have not seen any lines out here all day. People have been moving in and out here. Some of the voters that I spoke to said that they were in and out within about 5 minutes, so it's pretty easy going here. I was speaking with Travis Doss, who's the executive director for the Board of Elections here in Richmond County, and as of 1 o'clock today, he said that the county had seen about 12,000 people come out and vote today, and then you factor in all the early voters, and in Richmond County we saw more than 51,000 early voters come in person, and then they saw additional more than 4,000 absentee ballots. And Doss tells me that was a great number to see heading into Election Day today. He wanted to tell voters to be sure to know before you go, meaning he wants you to study up on the ballot before you come here. Check out one of those sample ballots because he says there's more on that ballot than just the presidential choice for you. So you want to be sure and study up on that before you come out to the polls. And like Kennedy was mentioning earlier, you want to be sure and bring your photo ID with you as well. That's going to be one of the first questions that a poll worker asks you whenever you come in to vote today. They're going to ask to see your photo ID so you can go in and make your voice heard. But right here, right now, things are calm out here. We're seeing people go in and out here pretty fast. Things are moving smoothly here. Things are moving pretty business-like out here. Things are safe and secure out here to get voters in and out so they can make their voices heard.
Thanks, Sydney. We'll also be getting another update from you here at First at 4, so we'll be looking forward to that. And Richmond County told us that if you show up at the wrong precinct after 5 o'clock, you'll vote on a provisional ballot there. That's why there's no risk of you getting to your assigned precinct late. The election directors for Aiken, Columbia, and Richmond County also encourage you to review a sample ballot online. Voters, the polls will be open until 7 p.m. That's for any of our counties in Georgia and South Carolina. Election leaders told us they need you to remember your ID, like Kennedy and Sydney have been saying. That is the most important piece to get you through the process. If you get to the front of the line and don't have it, you will not be turned away. We learned from election leaders that you will get a provisional ballot. Other times you could get one problems with your application or you're at the wrong precinct. This piece of paper allows you to pick your candidates. The next step is making sure it's counted. If there's a problem with your voter information, board leaders have 3 days to confirm you registered to vote in time. If you forget your ID today, you have 3 days to provide one at your local registrar's office. Besides the presidential race, here's what's on the ballot for some of our local counties. There are several sheriff races this year. Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams, who's the incumbent, and write-in candidate Brad Capitosti. Wilkes County, Darrell Powers and Dietrich Jones. Aiken County, Lucas Grant and Marty Sawyer. And McCormick County, Chad Cox and Tim Kelly. Several seats are up for grabs in the Richmond County School Board. Shantae Boyd and Reginald Forrest are running for District 4. Monique Braswell, A.K. Hassan, and Christopher Mullins are candidates in District 5. Then Mary Jane Abbott and Oni Poe are listed for District 8. And Lee Blitch and Samantha Valentine for District 10.